Private banking. What an interesting arena it is. Let's look at as on date, August 2021. What is UAE's financial wealth? Saudi Arabia's financial wealth, Oman and Kuwait financial wealth, Qatar financial wealth, strategic alignment needed for private wealth management. UAE's financial wealth reached 600 billion in 2020, 69%, which is investable wealth. UAE, which represents 26% of the GCC's financial wealth in 2020, has already grown by a compound annual growth rate of 3% from 2015 and is expected to witness further growth of 4%, reaching 700 billion by 2025. The regional financial wealth is forecast to reach 2.7 trillion in 2025 from 2.2 trillion. Saudi Arabia, CAGR, is 4.1% since 2015 and has reached 1 trillion in 2020. It will reach 1.2 trillion by 2025. Saudi and UAE holds nearly 3/4 of the GCC's combined wealth at 45% and 26% respectively. Now, when it comes to Bahrain financial wealth, the wealth grew at a compound annual growth rate of 4.9% from 2015 to reach a high of 69 billion in 2020, 75% of which is investable wealth, as Bahrain's market showed resilience in the face of protracted COVID-19 pandemic. Bahrain, which represents 3% of the Gulf Cooperation Council's financial wealth in 2020, is expected to witness strong growth of 3.6% CAGR to reach 82 billion by 2025, a 13 billion increase from 2020. Oman and Kuwait. Oman CAGR was 3.8% and wealth reached 64 billion in 2020. It's expected to witness strong growth rate of 5% CAGR to reach 82 billion by 2025, an 18 billion increase from 2020. Kuwait's financial wealth grew by a compound annual growth rate of 3.3% annually from 2015 to reach a high of 266 billion in 2020, 82% of which is investable wealth, as the Kuwait market showed resilience in the face of the protracted COVID-19 pandemic. Kuwait, which represented 12% of the Gulf Cooperation Council financial wealth in 2020, is expected to witness growth of 2.9% to reach 307 billion by 2025. Now, Qatar financial wealth. Qatar's financial wealth grew by a compound annual growth rate of 3.6% to 263 billion during 2015 to 2020 and is expected to grow 3.1% to 306 by 2025. Of the 263 billion, which represents 12% of the Gulf Cooperation Council's financial wealth in 2020, 76% of it is investable in nature. Financial assets consist of cash, deposits, bonds, equities, and investment funds, shares, life insurance, and pension, and other small asset classes. Qatar's changing landscape of the wealthy in the coming years is interesting, with the rise of next generation affluent high net worth clients. These individuals between 20 to 50 years of age have longer investment horizons, a greater appetite for risk, and often a desire to use their wealth to create positive social impact as well as earn solid returns. When it comes to strategic alignment needed for private wealth management, Qatar's wealthy population has expanded due to notable economic accomplishment, with more citizens becoming acquainted with more wealth. Looking ahead, wealth demographics will continue to change. Meaning the needs and expectations of the client will follow suit. Local wealth managers will have to cater to local needs and younger wealth segments with greater attention, because bigger opportunity lies in younger generation. To win the new segment of the next generation segment, wealth managers must bring bold and new digital business model. The strategy includes supercharged relationship management, contextual and consumable learning, very important. Good relationship management, supercharged relationship management, contextual and consumable learning, smarter user and experience design, simplified pricing, and customizable discretionary mandate, and scale down of ultra high net worth individual products. Scale it down and give it as a single tool. When it comes to strategic alignment needed for private, there are about 4.5 million individuals whose wealth between 500,000 to 10 billion, if I put it in single fabric, that is $2.7 million, who are currently not served well in the Middle East. Their total investable wealth is almost 1 trillion. There is a big revenue potential to make in serving the financial wealth needs of these customers. To sum it up, Saudi Arabia will move from 1 trillion to 1.2 trillion, that is 3.7%. UAE will grow 600 to 700, that is 3.1% CAGR. Bahrain will move from 69 to 82, that is 3.5%. Kuwait will move from 266 billion to 307, that is 2.9%. Oman will move from 64 to 82, that's 5.1%. And Qatar will move from 263 to 306, that is 3.1%. So 2.2 to 2.67, that is 3.4% aggregate growth is going to come in the coming days. What an opportunity for private bankers.